Decades ago, a chilling crime stained the walls of Cursed Manor. A brutal double homicide, or was it triple? Bodies discovered in the grand dining room, blood trails that simply stopped a family torn apart. The case went cold. Detectives packed their kits, files were boxed away, local whispers of curses dismissed as superstition. But what if the original investigation missed something vital? What if the house itself refused to let the truth die? Tonight we are peeling back the layers of time. Using modern forensic reconstruction techniques, we are returning to those blood-stained rooms to uncover the unseen evidence, the faint traces, the overlooked anomalies, the shadows that still linger inside these cursed walls. Welcome to Cursed Manor. The cold case is being reopened. Title card appears with subtle blood drip animation. Crime scene reconstruction. The unseen evidence from decades ago. It was a stormy autumn night in the early 1980s. The Harrington family, patriarch Victor, his wife Eleanor, and their adult son Thomas, were supposed to be enjoying a quiet dinner at home. By morning, police found Victor and Eleanor dead in the dining room. Multiple stab wounds. Defensive wounds on their hands and arms. No sign of forced entry. Thomas was gone. Vanished. Officially listed as missing, presumed to have fled. Or to have met the same fate. No murder weapon was ever recovered. No clear motive emerged. Fingerprints belonged only to the family. The investigation stalled quickly and the file was quietly shelved. Locals, however, never stopped talking. They said the manor had always been cursed, built in the late 1800s on disputed burial ground, plagued by strange lights, disembodied voices, objects moving on their own. After the murders, the house stood empty for decades. Every squatter who tried to stay fled after a single night. Paranormal teams who entered later recorded electronic voice phenomena repeating the same phrase over and over. They didn't see me. Now we are not here simply to chase ghost stories. We are here to reconstruct, scientifically, methodically, what actually happened inside those walls. The manor has changed very little. Dust blankets every surface. Wallpaper peels in long curls. Old portraits stare down with eyes that seem to follow movement. But time has not erased everything. We began with a full three-dimensional laser scan of the entire building. Every room, every hallway, every awkward corner, mapped to the millimeter. We then overlaid the original 1980s crime scene diagrams directly onto that digital model. Next, we rebuilt the dining room to exact historical dimensions. Using synthetic blood and high-speed cameras, we recreated possible attack sequences. The results were immediate and disturbing. The blood spatter on the ceiling does not match downward stabbing motions from a standing attacker. The patterns indicate arterial spray projected upward and outward, as though one of the victims was already elevated, perhaps held or suspended near the balcony railing overhead when the fatal wounds were inflicted. Under alternate light sources and luminol, even after more than 40 years, trace blood still fluoresces. Faint handprints and footprints glow blue across walls and floorboards, prints the original investigators either overlooked or dismissed as post-scene contamination. These glowing trails do not stop at the dining room doorway. They continue down the corridor and lead directly to a narrow section of paneling in the library. Behind that panel is a priest hole, a hidden compartment built in the 1800s. Police reports make no mention of searching it. Inside, we recovered scraps of fabric matching the description of Eleanor's dress from that night, and the broken, rusted upper half of a blade. The original blueprints also show a sealed attic crawlspace above the main staircase. Accessing it revealed deep scratches on the wooden beams, marks consistent with human fingernails clawing in panic. Carved into one rafter, barely legible beneath decades of dust, are numbers corresponding to the exact date of the murders. During our work, objects moved without explanation. A heavy oak chair slid several feet across the floor while cameras were rolling. Shadows appeared in doorways that did not match any team member present. Piecing the evidence together paints a different picture from the one detectives accepted in 1982. The violence began in the hallway. Victor fought back fiercely. Eleanor attempted to flee upstairs. But someone or something was already waiting on the landing above. The small handprint on the wallpaper does not belong to any Harrington family member. It is too petite, too delicate. Thomas's bedroom was untouched that night, bed still made. Yet in the hidden priest hole we found a single torn journal page in his handwriting. The curse demands payment. Was this a family betrayal turned deadly? An occult ritual gone wrong? Or did the manor's own violent history, a documented 19th-century murder-suicide in the same dining room, somehow awaken and repeat itself? We may never have absolute certainty. But the unseen evidence left behind after all these years is unmistakable. The initial investigation looked only at what was obvious. It never looked up. It never looked behind the panels. It never listened to the house itself. Cursed Manor still stands. The walls remember. And tonight they have been forced to speak. If the evidence we have uncovered so far is only the beginning, what else remains hidden in the dark corners and sealed spaces above our heads? Thank you for joining us inside Cursed Manor. Some truths are better left buried. But they refuse to stay that way.